I got all the top cases for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, from ESR to Nomad to MagBak to Andar, and even the Apple FineWoven case. I'm showing you each case in detail and my honest thoughts on each of them so that you can protect your new iPhone without sacrificing quality. So I want to set the tone that when looking for a case, you have clear expectations to rank, and those are quality, style, durability, and a special category that I'll call added features. So starting with Nomad, these are extremely high quality cases. I've been using them personally for years. We've got the modern leather case, the rugged case, and the modern leather folio. I've never been disappointed by one of their cases, but they are priced accordingly, so keep that in mind. Starting with the modern leather case, it's made of Horine leather. The sides include a TPU bumper and the inside has a felt finish to protect your phone. On the sides you can see really premium looking buttons with grip and subtle Nomad branding. I'm a big fan of the button quality and the new action button on the side. Different companies are going to have a different take on how they handle that new action button. We'll get to that a little bit later though. The bottom has cutouts for the speakers and the new USB-C cable, and on the back you get leather that wraps around the edges and a camera bump to protect the cameras. Of course, like all cases in this video, you're going to get MagSafe magnets built in for use with any of your accessories. So the thing that I look for with cases are how it fits the phone, like the fact that the buttons are still clicky on both sides. I'm always looking at how well cables fit into that as well. I'm also looking for how raised the edges are around the screen, where I like it to be slim but just raised enough to protect the phone in case you were to drop it. And lastly, that camera bump protection. The edges being a TPU finish provide grip, and that feels really premium, but let me know in the comments if you prefer leather that extends around the edges like Andar does with the fully leather look. Of course, this case seems to pass all the tests and it really looks great. It's a premium genuine leather case and it's been a staple for me for years. You really can't go wrong with it. Next up we have the leather folio, and yes, this essentially is just like a copy and then a paste of the modern leather case, difference being of course that folio that extends to fit 3 cards and has a hinge to cover it all. Overall, same TPU bumper, same grippy buttons, same leather finish, it's the same. It does come with an optional clamp if you like your leather folio to close. You simply slide it through the wallet section, and then it has magnets that clamp closed. Using leather folios for years, I can say the one thing that you have to watch is that hinge and how it's treated. If it's low quality, it can tear or it can look really bad, but you can see it's reinforced really well here. I've never had one of these split from Nomad, which is why I always choose them. And last up from Nomad, we have the rugged case, a sleek blue finish, and my favorite rugged case that I have ever seen, especially paired with the natural titanium phone. I feel it's this amazing mix between sleek and protected, which is a really difficult line to walk. It has really bulked up corners that are reinforced for impact, and I really like the way it feels in my hand. It's a great rugged option, and if you still want your phone to look sleek rather than bulky, I'm really impressed with this option. I really want to spend more time talking about this, but we've really got to get through all of these cases today, so next one. Next we've got Andar, known for great leather accessories, and where Nomad has the TPU edges, Andar goes hard on that fully wrapped leather that extends along the edges. This one has a cutout for the action button rather than making it an actual button. Still not sure how I feel about this. I mean, that made sense when it was a switch, but now it's a button. Don't fully understand why it is like this. The ports and speakers are more tightly closed in, which in theory means better protection, but it also means that some USB-C cables just won't work for you. You can see overall how it compares to Nomad, where the buttons on Andar are a little more slim, wrapped around leather, the difference in the action button treatment on the other side, but in appearance on the back, very similar looking. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments. Next up, we've got ESR's lineup. My overall statement is where Nomad and Andar are like premium cases, ESR is your best quality versus cost. We've got 3 very different cases here: the soft white case, the tough case, and the hybrid case, each with their own look and feel. So starting with the tough case, this is actually one of the most interesting cases I think that you can buy. This is essentially a shell that encases your phone front and back, and then adds military grade protection. So it starts with the camera lens applicator that surrounds each camera individually. Next, you're going to clean your screen and then attach the front shell of that case that surrounds the front and sides for sort of a screen protector, if you will. You then set the whole thing into the back of the case that wraps around the edges, the sides, and the back, ultimately leading to a really secure fit. The end result is the most protection for your cameras that I have ever seen, a thick camera bump, and what ESR calls the stash stand that opens for the stand on the go. On the bottom, you get mesh covering the speakers and a completely covered USB-C port. Buttons on the sides are also covered, including the action button. This is the most protection that you're going to get with an iPhone, and I'm really happy with how sleek and premium it feels versus a really clunky like OtterBox or something like that. The one thing I did notice when testing was that the front shell seemed to interfere with my phone's screen, meaning I had to tap a lot harder than I normally would. And I see this as a great case if you're working in like an industrial environment, but with the touchscreen problem, I don't see many people opting for this one for regular use. Now next up, we've got the white hybrid case, which looks awesome with the titanium phone. We've got slim cutouts like on Andar, and on the back we've got this stash stand for the on-the-go stand functions. It's a really nice build. It's got reinforced corners as a basic clear case with added camera bump protection. You can't really go wrong here. Next up, the soft case, which is appropriately named. It is a soft plastic finish that feels really nice to hold. It has a soft finish on the inside to protect your phone, and it has the stash stand on the back. This one is the nicest to hold. It's definitely, I want to say, cheaper feeling than the leather cases that we've seen, but really it's just a lot closer to like the Apple silicone feel if you've had that previous case before. But I will say it also feels really sturdy and protected with the reinforced corners and then the overall fit with the phone. If you like a silicone finish or the soft plastic feel, then this one is definitely for you. So next up, we've got the MagBak case. This one is really unique, but if you've used them before, you know you consistently get great protection, the unique, more kind of squared off edges than the typical case, and then the ultimate magnetic strength. This one has a unique array of magnets to work with other MagBak accessories, and overall it fits really nicely with your phone. You can see the squared off edges. The finish is a lot closer to that soft case from ESR, like a soft kind of silicone. It has completely covered buttons. The camera is really tightly covered. It's always a really solid case, and it's also a total copy and paste from previous years. Nothing really that surprising versus other years. So if it's worked for you before, it's gonna work for you again. Inside, you're also gonna get a mag stick that gives you the strongest magnetic hold of anything that I've seen. So you can apply it with adhesive back to pretty much anything, then your phone will stick to it. Great for sticking it somewhere like your car where you might go over bumps or have a lot of motion, and it's really just gonna stay put. The MagBak team also sent over the MagBak wallet that works perfectly with this case and gives you stronger magnetic hold than any other MagSafe wallet on the market because of the additional magnets on the inside versus just a MagSafe ring. And despite all these magnets, it's still compatible with MagSafe accessories without any sort of interference. So, you know, if you're into MagSafe wallets, this is like a no-brainer because it's definitely not gonna fall off. It's definitely the one I use if I want more peace of mind if I'm like traveling with a MagSafe wallet versus the others that are out there. I think the shape of the case takes some getting used to, especially because it's not the total norm, but then adding the magnets are a really nice touch. The last case we've got here is the Apple FineWoven case that is sort of this like felt-like finish. I don't really know what I was expecting, maybe some sort of like Apple Watch braided loop inspired kind of thing, but what they landed on just really feels awful. It kind of feels like a Temu version of what an Apple case should be. On the sides, you've got the plastic bumper. The buttons are actually the nicest thing about this case with a flat edge to them and a really nice color, but I can't spend a lot of time talking about this case because the back finish really just doesn't feel nice, and I imagine most people are just gonna be really, really disappointed by this. So overall, we've seen cases from Nomad, ESR, MagBak, Apple, and Andar. My current favorites are the Nomad Modern Leather Folio and the Nomad Rugged case. But let me know in the comments which ones that you liked most, and if you want to pick one up, I will leave links in the description as always. Stay tuned for my video covering MagSafe accessories for the iPhone 15 Pro Max and my upcoming review of that phone. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.